Hi guys, welcome back to Fata Morgana. As you can see from this really scary CG, we thought we were going to have a nice peaceful end where Morgana may not forgive everybody, but at the same time she can release everybody's souls from the curse. But whoever this is threatens this entire ending, which is quite unusual. I wonder who it is. I mean, instinct would tell me it's Didier, but I don't really know for certain. But to be fair, I mean, we've seen Georges appear. We haven't seen Didier. So I really do wonder. Let's just reread a little bit. Oh my god, yeah. Georges just being... There's an atmosphere, and Georges is following anything but said atmosphere. Where should we go? Let's go from here. I just love how Morgana is totally hyping it up and then how Georges is just ruining all of the hype. Semblance of gravity. Yeah, Morgana is ceremonious, but at the same time it does make sense considering just how much this has meant to her. I know, it's interesting that Morgana has this thought because it seems like that's totally true. Yeah, and everybody, even Michelle, was just so optimistic. And of course, I don't blame them for feeling like that. I suppose everything changes while Michelle is happy. That's really good, but the only thing is obviously now it seems like all of that is threatened. I love this part of the theme so much, can I just mention that? I think it sounds so cool. Yeah, what a betrayal. What is this? Hang on a second, is this Michelle? Or what? Even Morgana's scared, that's how you know things are serious. But Morgana has had a total change of heart, so of course she would be. God, this is a side I would never have expected with Morgana. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's interesting how it's changed. So I suppose Michelle being able to make Morgana convinced that she's not a witch and that she is more normal than she thinks she is, and obviously convinced the white-haired girl to get out of her soul and die. Well, no, Michelle hasn't well, no, the white-haired girl learned as a result of what Michelle did, who she was, and then why she must die. So it technically was Michelle and his doing, but not really. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting that Michelle's efforts have actually really caused a downfall. Is this Didier or what? To be fair, yeah, so it is Didier. I don't really understand why he's weak, though. I mean, this doesn't really add up with our image of him. Yeah, delirious. Yeah, that's so... yeah. Yeah, fair enough. That is fair. Yeah. Oh my god, I know. It's really interesting that this is how it's all played out. Is he going to say anything? Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, isn't it ironic that that promise has been fulfilled? But, I mean, George is, sure, he's a nice brother and he always will be, and he's very guilty as well for the drawing of the painting. But, oh my god, Didier is just the total opposite. He's the worst brother somebody could have. And isn't it ironic that Michelle looked up to this person? Yeah. No, not at all. Actually, oh, I see that. I just find it really surprising that Didier is a composed person and he is somebody who... he's just kind of the definition of an alpha male. That's kind of what modern day society would probably call him. Yeah, he's just the person that you could never really find much wrong with. And yet, look at him here. He used to be composed, but now he's totally deranged. Well, when I say you can never find anything wrong with him, I mean his outside appearance. Really? Why? So I suppose George kind of cursed himself because of the fact that he had a significant amount of regret. Why did Didier do? Oh, he's totally mad. He will do anything to make it so that this is something that happens. But what I find really ironic is the fact that he is saying, oh, I'm going to kill the heathen, the atheist. Not the atheist. Well, maybe the atheist. Heathen could also be somebody with a different religious belief, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, let's say what he actually said. So, heathen, he's gonna die. In the name of the church. Where is the church in the world of the dead? It's just funny how meaningless his claims are. I mean, I don't really think you're going to find a church anywhere here. Is it really? Yeah, are you in there? That's a good question. Interesting. Maybe. Yeah, so I suppose what he is doing here is kind of reflecting his I suppose his resurrection kind of reflects his innermost desires, and this is one of the biggest things. Maybe he, I don't know, maybe he stressed himself to death, maybe he overworked himself or something like that. Fair enough. Isn't it interesting that Morgana thinks this is referring to her, but I think it's referring to Michelle? I really do wonder what we're going to do in a situation like this. I mean, we're not exactly going to be able to get rid of him. How are we going to beat him? Or maybe we're going to understand him. Yeah. God, it looks so evil. I love this sprite. You've got to be kidding me. He's this hopeless. Well, there is not going to be another time. He's not listening to a word. Isn't that interesting? Shit, what's going on? No, you are not telling me they're actually... What? God, painting literally having, well, firstly having motion of its own and as if the painting has a mind of its own, which it kind of does. That must have been so weird to see. But then, my God, George is dying. I mean, you have to, because he is going to kill you if you don't. I mean, this is... Obviously, you want to understand him, and you want to maybe find common ground, but you also want to live. I mean, living in the world of the dead. That's a bit ironic, but you get what I mean. You don't want to be killed here. Killed again. Let me just mention. So I suppose there's firstly increased responsibility, as well as his job as well, and also having to keep up a reputation and constantly be, well, I suppose just be the best person that you can have the appearance of. And also, I'm going to be honest, there is a woman called Amy. I can't imagine Didier being close to Amy having any good implications on his health. No way. Yeah. So I suppose obviously he also had the guilt as well as this immense reputation he needed to fulfill. Yeah, unrealistic expectations, and maybe that's why he broke, and maybe that's why he was cursed. It's odd that he cursed himself though. I mean, sure, he broke, but what happened to them make him cursed? Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, I've got hiccups again. Oh shit. Oh, that is not true. So George just kind of blames himself and thinks that maybe he could be responsible. Oh my god, are we gonna... Oh no, never mind. Yeah, he's not stopping there. He's fucking mad. Oh, yeah. I see why that could have tied him to the mansion. Because obviously, I suppose souls that had a big influence on Michelle's life. And I suppose... So, it's kind of the opposite, in a way, to Georges. Georges wanted to have forgiveness, and yet Didier wanted to punish him. But, I'm sorry, this image of Didier being deranged is just not aligning with my previous impression of him, so I just wonder what happened to make him become like this. But I think it's what Georges said. Shit. What? Why? Fucking hell, that must have been a close call. Is it Morgana? To be fair, we haven't really heard much about what Morgana's doing much lately. Oh. But I'm sorry, Didier is a knight. He is a knight. And yet Michelle was straight ahead of him. And yet he didn't pierce his heart. How the fuck do you miss something like that? I don't understand. Or maybe he was startled with this. I mean, he is deranged and weak, to be fair. God, he's probably feeling so much pain. And yet at the same time, he's doing this. He's feeling so much pain, and yet he's just doing this for his brother. Maybe it could have been the responsibility. God, yeah. Yeah, you fuck everything that's going on around you. That's not important. What is important is saving your brother. Yeah, no matter how much he is hurting me, he's just doing this for Didier. And it's interesting that he's kind of really taking the fact that he was killed and totally betrayed by him out, and just thinking that he needs to be saved from the mansion. And it's interesting, it doesn't even matter what he's done just because of the fact that he is a brother. Where did Morgana go, by the way? Can I just mention? So we have Gazelle, we've got no idea where she went, but also Morgana. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Your brother's voice. Yeah, fair enough. god, what's gonna happen? This is gonna be really interesting. So that's what it was. Yeah, that will make sense now. Yeah, so I suppose he thought this was making a mistake. So those lines where we thought, quite reasonably, that Didier had just been another one of the sheep that had discriminated Michel because of who he truly, well, what his biology indicated he was. He is not one of those sheep. He has a massive conscience, it seems. Yeah. I don't blame him. They've been brothers for God knows how long. Michel's 27, I think. And I think he's been there for... I can't remember. Was it 13 years? No, Michel's 26, I think. I don't remember. But I swear he was at the mansion for 13 years before he died. So that could have possibly been 13 years and a bit. A lot of time. I do actually wonder how old Michel was when all of the torture Amy was doing, because I never really thought about just how young of a kid Michel was then. I mean, he probably wasn't even... No, I don't know. I swear I heard something about him leaving it. What? Him becoming 16 yet still being in the mansion. I can't remember, to be honest. Isn't it interesting that Didier really looks like a brute here? He just looks like somebody with a lot of power, a lot of strength, and as a result of that, just a total wreck. And it seems like he's having a hard time controlling himself. I mean, hell, he killed Georges. Of course he is. Yeah, true. They are meaningless in death. And I suppose this is another thing. Yeah, he had to protect the family name. He had to kill his brother and act like he was a total stranger to him. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so I think we can get an indication of what happened to Didier after all of this guilt set in, after Michel died. And what is that going to achieve? Seriously. True. He is such a wreck. And I don't blame him. He should be Wow. This is the thing. He had to protect the family name. He had to do this order. he would have been executed himself if he didn't, and if he didn't do what he did when Michelle died, and if he wasn't executed, then the family name, if he was or wasn't executed, the family name would have still been ridiculously stunted. He felt as if he had to do something so awful, and of course he is feeling like he wants punishment, because, I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even want to imagine how much, or how hard something like that must have been to deal with. And it's not as if something bad's happened to you. No, you have been the person who has caused this. And I think having that layer of responsibility, I could not imagine. It must be horrible. Yeah. And you can see how guilty he feels. Fully fair that he's thinking this. Oh, that's an interesting detail. I forgot that detail. Yeah. Isn't it awful? Isn't that interesting? I know. Do whatever it takes to protect the family's honour. Otherwise, everything you've known, everything you've lived for, well, it can just be flushed down the drain. And also, you'll probably be killed painfully as well. Supporting a traitor? Yeah, it's just basically the worst position somebody could be in. I don't even want to imagine. I mean, it really did feel like everything that Didier was saying was very, very confident, bold, and just in general emotionless as well. I mean, God, probably the most hard thing he has ever had to say in his life. Yeah, it's awful. So I suppose he lost himself with the guilt, and as a result of that, his soul is just totally deranged. And I suppose he's kind of bound to the mansion because of the fact that he's bound to Michelle, and obviously Michelle's soul. He never wished hatred on Didier. He never cursed Didier. Didier did it himself because of how guilty he felt. Yeah, God, I really didn't expect this, to be honest. Yeah. I'm happy that Didier didn't change and didn't become like his mother. Yeah, and I like that Michelle was making this very, very clear. And do you know what I hate to admit? I hate to admit that I think Michelle was being very, very truthful here. You may have done something else, but firstly, Michelle would have been killed anyway. Secondly, you would be dead. Or you would have had to have had a significant change in your life. or you be running as a fugitive. I mean, I'm sorry, but there's just no good outcome of a situation like this. He was forced to make them, to be fair. And for Michel to be able to say this, I mean, obviously it is in the past, so he can reflect. And obviously he's not really been able to see this side of Didier in the present. But God. Yeah, it's brutal. Isn't that interesting? That he thinks Michel was the purest soul. True. He did. He did exactly that. Yeah. And Michel had some of the hardest and most brutal days. Not only seeing Didier, but seeing his mother. Now, I really do wonder if we are going to see Michel's mother, and if we do, what she's going to say. And the father, for that matter. But I suppose these people were the ones that are significantly bounded towards the mansion. But, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we'll see his father, but I think there is a chance of seeing the mother. Lydie. Yeah, but you didn't have the courage. Yeah. He wasn't. Because of the fact that he knows the person inside rather than the person outside. Yeah. Yeah, so he's just thinking no matter... Firstly, he's thinking that Michel is somebody brilliant inside, so it shouldn't matter what he is outside, and obviously his biological structure. But secondly, he's thinking he's family, so as a result of that, he can't really hate him at all. Yeah. He doesn't have to, but I suppose this was his purpose in life, and for him feeling like he has totally failed this purpose, I don't blame him for thinking this. And ultimately, being a knight is delivering justice. So, unfortunately, if the majority believes something, then you have to act on what the majority believes. Well, no, it's not even the majority, it's just what the mother believes, because of how powerful she is. Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, when these souls die and when they fade away, everything is going to change. He always has held this honour dear, isn't it interesting? Totally. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, and it's just the praying that if you are brothers again, you're not going to be significantly affected by something like this, and the most awful decisions are not going to have to be made. Yeah. It would be so nice. Yeah, of course. They both want it. They really, really do. And it's nice that this has been able to be viewed at the very, very end. Yeah. And we've been able to see Didier's true side as opposed to the side that killed Michelle. I was thinking that Amy could have been involved in maybe just the reason why everything sounded so impersonal. I mean, you would have thought that there'd be some sort of indication that Didier was feeling guilt, but now we've got that indication that I never remember getting in the beginning. Oh my god, what's this? He's becoming more and more faded with mist, it looks like. Everything's becoming a little bit more bright. Fully fair enough, and isn't it interesting? You can just see the change. A knight crying. You would have never thought. Isn't it interesting? The last time you see Didier, it's the first time you see him, I suppose, show an emotion that he's never really shown to anybody before. Yeah, you're just doing it. I suppose you're just doing it. I mean, even if it is forced, it's of good intent. It's just Michelle trying to give as much love as he can. Yeah. Don't blame him. I really, really don't. Yeah. God. Let's hope they will. My god, so obviously after we've helped Didier, what now? And Georges as well, his form totally being killed by Didier. And his deranged, grief-stricken phantom. I suppose even though your family situation has made you face unimaginable cruelty, you've got brothers that you love, and he's really, really just seeing these people for the admiration and also just in general, I suppose, how he loves these people and how he really, really cares about them. Yeah. Just really being able to appreciate that as well. You never ever know. Yeah. You really don't know. Like Morgana said, let our paths cross again in the eternal sphere of fate. Here she is. She's definitely been silent. Yeah, I do wonder. I suppose you just have so many complicated feelings that you just don't know how to organise your feelings. But that lack of knowledge and that lack of ability kind of says everything Michelle needs to know just about how she was probably really quite taken in. And I do find it really interesting that Morgana just instinctively thought that this was for her rather than Michelle. She definitely realised later on, but yeah. He's going to, I suppose, not cry. Oh, it's Michelle. Of course he wouldn't cry. I mean, my god, there have only been a few times where he has. Very, very small amount. But isn't it interesting just how similar Michelle is to Didier in a way? Didn't, but if it wasn't for Georges' sacrifice, Didier never ever would have been saved. Totally, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, when will they be able to meet again? It is, I like the uncertainty. Which setting would they meet in? Maybe they'd meet in the future. Like hundreds of years in the future from now. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to remember, but Michelle's right arm and hand are totally fucked. Go on, Morgana with the skeleton hands. Yeah. God, you just really hope that Michelle's form is actually going to be able to persist. I mean, realistically, it wouldn't because he's been stabbed in the gut. If I'm actually impressed that he's not dead already, to be honest. Yeah, that's why the focus was really quite diverted. And I suppose why Michel was able to make Didier realise that his responsibilities are no longer there and he can live in peace. And he can, I suppose, atone for what he has done to Michel. I almost said what he has done for Michel by accident, but that's definitely not the case. Yeah, fair enough. I feel really quite uneasy. I really do wonder what will happen. This could be the last time you exit this door. How unbelievable is that? They fucking deserve it, both of them. What a weird theme. Oh, they're probably trying to make it as unreal and hallucinogenic as possible. How weird. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I mean, how can you make out anything? It's just one colour. What about... Can you see Morgana? I think seeing Morgana's sprite contrasted with this white, that would be really cool. White is the combination of all colours. Oh yes, we get her sprite. That looks really cool. Now it's faded into a little bit of a green or maybe a blue. God, that looks so fucking cool though, seriously. Love it. Totally agree. You freed her as well. Yeah. Totally. And Gazelle was freed. I suppose Gazelle was going to be saved when when the romance began again. And Gazelle realised who she was. And obviously deviated away from the maid personality. True. I think initially, obviously, Michelle was... No. I'm sorry, but if it wasn't for Gazelle, none of this would have happened, and Gazelle totally changing Michelle. Michelle has had so many downs on his journey, but he's been able to go up as a result of people's help, and yeah, I suppose there was Gazelle, and there was... If anything, I think Morgana constantly tempting him to curse people actually helped him, because it really made him kind of register his willpower and register just his refusal to curse people and his ability to see the good in people rather than curse them, and to try his best even if he doesn't even know where it's going, like with door 8 and maybe door 6 as well, just doing so much to get the maid to see herself again with such a lack of idea of what will happen. Yeah. Seriously, what is happening with Gazelle? I like this Fata Morgana. This will make a cool background. This is also a cool shot. You were being stubborn, that could actually be a really big mistake. Oh, he does. Michelle will never ever give himself a rest. I like Michelle. No, he's my type of person. Such an unusual song. Very mesmerising and dramatic as well. Exactly. Yeah. high-pitched flute-like instrument. That's so weird. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, he concerns himself about others more than himself, and that is why he could free 3 trapped souls from the mansion. I feel like he'd say gazelle. I know, isn't it hard to believe? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Let's be honest, it's obvious. I think they should just hug each other, to be honest. Yes, dude. She's one of the kindest people in this visual novel. What do you mean? You're not, but the white-haired girl is perfect. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, no shit. He really is. do. But the thing is, I mean, like she said, infinitesimally low chance, just something that is so unusual and something that may not happen. I mean, it's just something you never know, really. You can hope, but maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. They didn't get to finish it. God. That's Morgana gone. I know. And don't die, my God. Your soul will lose form forever. Fair enough. I just kind of get the instinct that he's not going to have to wait for long. I don't know, though. Or maybe he will. Maybe he's going to become hundreds and hundreds of... The fuck? Wait, what's going on? Is the mansion just totally... Oh my God, that's weird. Oh, so everything is just decreasing. Decreasing? Why did I say that? I mean, just totally disappearing. My God. Yeah. God, that's so weird. It's just all totally fading into nothingness. I suppose it does still exist on planet Earth. It's just on Earth, it's just probably abandoned, derelict. Well, no, it's not abandoned. People are living in that place. I bet you anything, and people are probably renting it out, or maybe there's some sort of community. No, there won't be. No, but there will still be use for the place, but obviously it won't be tied ridiculously to how it was in this story. There will be no evil behind the curse of the mansion. Yeah. Feel fucking proud of yourself, seriously. I mean, my God, he needed a lot of help, but he persevered, man. He really did. And he never rested. Never ever did. Where is Gazelle? You saved Morgana, my God. Yeah, where are you, Gazelle? Seriously. Oh my God, just another indication of the mansion totally fading. Yeah. I love that they make everything go white. I think the backgrounds look beautiful before they fade. Yeah. All of these locations we've so known just fading into nothing. Where is Gazelle? Seriously. True. That is unfortunately true, but I want to know what's happened to her. Seriously, I hope we get to see that. So awful. It would be so awful if no matter how much Michelle has fought the universe, and just bad luck will be the death of him. Because it could be. It really could be. God, and the first meeting place we've had with, ironically, Gazelle, once we have reunited, just totally fading to white. Oh, Jakob's place. You've got to be serious. No. No, I do too. I'm really scared that after all of this, they won't be able to reunite. Maybe a body doesn't. Maybe a body fully isn't fully needed. Yeah, God, even the observation tower. There's so many beautiful backgrounds just from the way they've decided to fade all of this. God, how weird. I know. I really hope that Gazelle comes and appears. God, this is so cruel. This is seriously cruel. I just so hope that she comes. We've got the library fading away as well. Seriously, I know. I know there's no way of knowing. There is no way. God, and even the places that you would associate with Michelle and Gazelle just going. Okay, so what's this next place going to be? Is it going to have that theme? No, not really. God, reminds me of just all of the times we've been here. In the complete darkness. Isn't it so weird? Light. Jesus. I just so hope that... Oh my God, what's going on there? Yeah, the mirror fading away. All fading away into the light just to be forgotten. And even this. Oh my god, that's the end of the song. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, never mind. That was just really, really well timed ending of the song. Holy shit, Gazelle's here. Oh wow. Oh my god, that's a really cool CG. Damn. And it's interesting that Gazelle obviously doesn't really look like she is the maid anymore. She just kind of looks like a cross between the two, but obviously she's got the costume still, and yeah, her hair's totally different as well. Yeah, my god. You really, really would have thought that after everything that might not have happened, that would have been the most cruel. There would have been nothing in this story that would have been more cruel than that. Why did it take so long though? Holy shit, oh my god. Okay, hang on a sec. Right, I just realised what's happening to Gazelle. So, I think in chapter 6, when Gazelle was totally taken out of the... Well, she was taken out of the scene. Obviously, Morgana had banished her into the darkness. She never came back, and she never came back in chapter 7. And that was just... That Gazelle was just an illusion of Michelle's. So, in reality, Gazelle's never been there. But the only thing is, Michelle's kind of imagined her to be there. And in reality, she's not been with us since the end of chapter 6, I think. That would be really cool if that's the case. That's such a nice little... It's Fata Morgana. Why would it not be a good twist? Do this game and twists. There's never been a visual novel that has done so many good twists, seriously, that I've read. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, he has. Totally. Fully. Yeah, sure, Michelle may be the most physically weak person. Physically. Sorry, I already said physically. Mentally, though, different story. At least she's here now. But isn't it brutal? Michelle's not able to say anything. Because he's faded away into nothing. But he can hear this, I'm sure. And he can probably process it somehow. It's just his form's faded away, not anything else. He is still conscious. But why is he not talking? It's just Gazelle talking. Do not. Oh my god, don't. Yeah, after all of this. Holy fuck, that was not something I was expecting. My god, so... yeah. Oh, we're getting a death list. How cruel. Yeah, that's interesting. So obviously she died there. Either. Interesting. We get to see people's names that we've never seen before. "17 and 24. The summer. Interesting. I don't really understand. I mean, yeah. So this is not taking into account what could have been in the chapter Michelle saved. He died at 37. Interesting. George just outlived him. Now I really wonder how old he was when he killed Michelle and how much time he had left. What now? So we've just been given a random death. The fuck, we're in school. What? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Looks quite modern. Isn't that ironic? I bet you anything they're going to have a romance. Yeah. Isn't that significant? I wonder if we're going to see how all of the characters are getting on and what has happened in their next lives, in modern lives, modern day lives as well. Oh, you should do it. Oh my god, isn't it ironic to think about the fact that this person is just thinking, oh, it's just a nervous little encounter, but we're just thinking there is so much more to this. Yeah, not you shouldn't. Yeah, I like that you said that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to someone you've never even spoken to. Ah, yes, good idea. Ridiculous. Hmm. Isn't it interesting that there is no atmosphere? Sorry, no music whatsoever. I find that really weird. I don't understand that. I just feel like maybe there's going to be something unsettling. Also, very, very interesting architecture as well. Even though everything looks really modern, this looks quite traditional. Looks very urbanised wherever we are. They've even got modern bins. He still does it. He still did it. Fair enough. Everything's just perfect. Wait, hang on a second. I did not read this properly. Go. She still thinks that. That's interesting. They have a real love-hate relationship. Yeah. I wonder why. Is this Yukimasa? Interesting. Looks like some sort of garden centre. He's very honest. I like that. Mistakes are accomplishments because you learn from them. They're not if you don't, but if you do, maybe. Because you get things out of mistakes. So I wonder why he's not perfect. She's still not Japanese, yeah. So they're in France, right. In this background again. Oh my god. Somebody seems like they're impossible to plan things with. They're still. I think this is Pauline and Maria, just total opposites. I mean, I suppose there isn't art in torture if you're absolutely sick. Yeah. I don't think I would either. It would be a bit sick. Imagine if you read Higurashi, imagine if going to Shirakawa-go actually had a replica of the Saiguden and also the Sonozaki dungeon. That would be so cool. That is the only time I'd go to see torture tools. No other times. What? God. God, somebody's a bit of a dickhead. Dick of wood. What is that insult? Oh God, it's one of these people. What? This is a bit wrong. Are you implying he's wearing those? That'll be a bit bad. Yeah, he is an arsehole. Oh, I like her. She's fun. They make a good duo. Is that Jacopo or what? Or is it just the imagination? I do wonder who that is. I mean, it's obviously a native, so it is somebody French. So I do wonder if it could be Jacopo. Wavy-haired man. Is this? This is Jacopo, I think. I don't know. Maybe that could be someone familiar. I don't know. Maybe this man could have been Jacopo. Just no, but surely it would say wavy-haired. Oh God, he's not changed. I love this. I wonder if this guy thinks global warming is a myth. That's hilarious. So you could think that, yeah, voice frequencies being different in France drives this guy mad. he doesn't want to be here. He's obviously either immigrating or maybe just here temporarily. No, I think he's here temporarily if he's checking the stock market like that. Or maybe... No, I don't know. You can make arguments for both, to be honest. God. I think it's funny that all of the disclaimers on the visual novels, any mention to actual place names or anything is entirely coincidental. Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, it doesn't reflect anything in the real world. Yeah, sure. He's having a very shit day. Is he gonna get killed? Let's just listen to this song. Oh yes, this one. I forgot what this first played, but I recognise it. Oh, that's where it first played. Nah, fuck rereading at the moment. This is too more interesting. Yeah. Oh my god, this is Gazelle. Isn't it interesting? He almost. Are they going to meet again? Who's great? Whose cross is that for? Very unusual background. It's drawn so well. She's remembered everything. Oh, you sound like you are. Apart from everybody who's read this story, they are the only people who will be able to justify why you are not out of your mind, and you are very, very reasonable. Well, let's hope that he's doing the same thing. Yeah. You really don't know. You just really, really hope they're going to reunite, but you just don't know. She will. Oh, I don't doubt her. It will be ingrained in her soul, and it will just be a duty. Well, to be fair, let's hope that humanity is around in another 100 or 1,000 years. I'd assume this is in the present. God, she's totally remembered. That's how you can tell she has left that soul, with this being very, very significant to her. God, so now we're getting the credits. It was really funny, the fact that there was such a big gap between the first staff credit and this. It just made it look like there was no staff member. Okay, anyway, Gao. Is that like Kao for face in Japanese? It's interesting how you've got all of the Japanese people and then everybody's name. I mean, there were a few non-Japanese names, but now it's just everybody's name is non-Japanese. That's interesting. Oh, I didn't know this game. Damn. This game's even in Chinese. That was not something I was expecting. Dude, what the fuck? Minakami Yuki from Tsubahibi. That is the last thing I expected. Oh my god. That's so funny. That is the... I'm sorry, but you could have... I was trying to read this just for the fun of it. That was the last thing I was expecting. That is genuinely hilarious. Dude, is that really the end? Holy fuck. Do you know what I love about ending visual novels? You just spend so much time and you feel like you have finished a fucking marathon. But it's a big commitment. It's a big, just part of your life in general. So it just feels so significant when something like this has ended. And that is that time. Obviously we're doing Requiem for Innocence next, but still, it's unbelievable. Well, to be fair, we still have a lot more things to get on with in the visual novel. We've got all the achievements. We've also got chapter 8 choices. So yeah, I've still got a lot to look forward to, but it feels so good that the main story's ending now. And this is Michelle's point of view. I bet you anything. Okay. God, so we don't know what Michelle's circumstances are, but maybe they will be able to have a romance where it's uninterrupted. Oh my god, she's shocked. Wow. God, so I really do wonder what's gonna happen. Can I just mention, these guys can't end a story. Like, seriously? You have 2 credit scenes, and yet the story's not fully ended. I just think that's the most hilarious thing. I've never seen this before. Oh, wow. Yeah, good theme choice. Oh my god, so it's going to be Michelle and Gazelle. Wow. Oh, look at him as well. Not an indication that he is a female. Yeah, good for him. He deserved everything. Looks like Morgana's wish definitely came true in the end. Wow. God damn. Oh yeah. Pain of unimaginable magnitude. Yeah. Well, this CG would never have happened for a start. Fully fair. It's the reason he has kept living, and it is the reason he is who he is today in his soul, because Gazelle influenced his soul, and then that influences his entire life. What now? Yeah, nothing to get in their way. They deserve it though, seriously. Yeah. Ending number 8. This is Morgana, totally. And maybe in some sort of bullshit sense, she has actually been listened to. No way. Hang on a second. Oh, that's so weird. That is so weird. Do we have... Ooh. Wow. Have we unlocked all of the... Yeah, I'm actually surprised we don't have all the endings. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be viewing some of the endings next time. Oh my god. Oh shit, I didn't mean to click that. Oh shit. That looks so good. Oh wow. No, that was a good ending. That really, really was. And when I say a good ending, I mean, obviously the events were good, but writing quality fucking amazing. And I loved, firstly, just the part of the mansion completely fading. And then the next part, just seeing all of the people's lives. And then after that, oh my god, that part with Michelle and Gazelle, that was really nicely done. And also the part with saving Didier, just another one of the really powerful moments that this story has been able to do, which is really, really nice. So I'd assume concert hall is music? Yeah, brilliant. God damn. 65 tracks. That's impressive. It feels a lot more than this. So... What the fuck? No, they have lyrics? Oh, it's this one. Okay, not the focal one. There's a track called Michelle Bollinger. It has French vocals. Oh, yeah. Oh, my fucking god. Dude, they have lyrics for all of them. I swear they basically invented their own little... version of Portuguese just for all of this visual novel. I've heard that. I don't know if that's true though. Here it is, yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna record this, but I think I'm going to make a video, a mix video, where I'm just gonna totally immerse myself in all of the songs and kind of just read the lyrics while doing that, and then kind of compile it into one. Oh, that would be so fun. I'm interested. No, it can't. I know it's not the most pleasant track. No, so it's just jargon what's being said. Yeah. Fucking terrifying track. God, this is really cool. It's not all of it's in English. Oh, wait. Sorry, I just have an IQ of 2. Oh my god. God. Yeah. You remember when I said we have not finished this story? Holy shit, we have not. What a rabbit hole we've just fallen into. Oh wow, this is cool. So this is how they're present. Dude, these guys know how to make video games. Holy shit. Are we missing any CGs? We are. Interesting. So they are probably going to be covered in the next ending. That's nice that we're missing some. Oh god. Is there any context or something? No, it's just the CGs. Do you know, I'm surprised at how little CGs there are for chapter 7. There's only those 3 sets of CGs. And then there's absolute ton for chapter 6. This is the only chapter 4 CG as well. It's a good CG. There's something about this art style though. These earlobes, they look really, really weird. That's cool. Oh, it's gonna be, oh god, probably a bit gory. This CG is so good. It's only shown for like a second in the game, but oh my god, it's amazing. This is so cool though, seriously. Do we have a chapter select update? Yeah, we do. Yeah, Revolution. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. It definitely seems like it has been filled with light. And I like this theme as well, it just really indicates Michelle and Gazelle just having love in the end that they deserved. I love this art gallery so much. Yeah, the love depicted in which picture is it? This one here. Yeah. Oh, and they recreate the transition as well. That's nice. Yeah. But what's interesting about this is you are a man. Yeah, my god. Morgana's wish definitely came true. But my question is how to get the endings. I'm assuming they have chapter 8 choices. So let me just see. So I think this is like a choice guide that shows everything significant. But yeah, so we're gonna probably do these sorry, hang on. Just so I can concentrate on what I'm saying. Yeah. So we'll probably save here. And then we'll do the alternative ending, and then we'll do the dead ends, I think. No, actually, let's do the dead ends and then the alternative endings, because that will be more exciting. Anyway, yeah, that was a really nice way of ending the story. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, where we will be beginning all of the chapter 8 choices. I can't believe I finished the story, to be honest, but yeah, see you guys.